The United States and the Philippines are the only two countries in the world with a commercial bail bond industry. Every other developed country abolished it decades ago. In the US, it generates around $2 billion in profit every year. To understand where that money comes from, you have to understand what a bail bondsman actually sells. When someone is arrested in America, a judge sets a bail amount, a sum of money the defendant must deposit with the court to be released before trial. The idea behind it is straightforward. The money guarantees the defendant will show up, pay the bail, go home, come back for court. When the case ends, the court returns the money. If the full bail amount is $10,000, most defendants don't have $10,000 in cash, so they go to a bail bondsman. The bondsman posts the full amount with the court in exchange for a fee, typically 10% of the total bail. That fee is non-refundable. The case gets dismissed, the fee is gone. The defendant is found innocent at trial, the fee is gone. The charges are dropped before anything goes to court, the fee is gone. The court returns the full bail amount to the bondsman at the end of the case, regardless of outcome. There is one other dimension to how the business works. If a defendant fails to appear in court, the bondsman stands to lose the full bail amount they posted. So most bondsmen hire bounty hunters, private contractors with the legal authority in most US states to track down and forcibly return defendants who skip their court dates. They can enter private property, cross state lines, and physically detain the person they are pursuing. In most countries, private citizens pursuing and physically apprehending other private citizens is illegal. In the US states that permit commercial bail, bounty hunting is a recognized profession with its own licensing requirements, and the industry that employs them is the same one that posted bail in the first place. In January 2021, 3 bounty hunters pulled up to Ricky Brannon's home in Cypress, Texas, just after 8 in the morning. They jumped out with guns drawn, forced their way through the front door, and started shooting. Brannon's wife and children were inside. The person they were looking for hadn't lived at that address in 2 years. Brannon grabbed his own gun and returned fire, hitting one of the bounty hunters in the arm. When the shooting stopped, the bounty hunters handcuffed Brannon, beat him, and told him not to call the police. Deputies arrived to find them detaining him on his own lawn. All 3 were charged with felony burglary. They bonded out of jail the same week. Cases like this are documented across the country every year. What most people don't realize is that the bail bondsman operating a storefront near the county jail is usually not the one carrying the financial risk. Most bail bondsmen are agents for large insurance companies, multinational corporations that underwrite the bonds and collect a share of every premium. Fewer than 10 companies are responsible for a significant majority of the $14 billion in bonds posted by the for-profit bail industry each year. The local bondsman is the customer-facing operation. The insurance company is the entity actually backing the bond and collecting the largest share of the money. When states move to reform or eliminate cash bail, the insurance companies are typically the ones funding the opposition campaigns because the bondsmen are the visible face of an industry whose profits ultimately flow to corporate insurers. On July 10, 2015, Sandra Bland was pulled over by a Texas state trooper for failing to signal a lane change. The stop escalated.
25.
Let's do this.
Yeah, we're going to.
Yeah. Don't touch me.
Get out of the car.
Don't touch me. I'm not under arrest. You don't have the right to take
You
me out
are
of my
under
car.
arrest.
Right, Yeah, let's take this to court. Let's do
Go
it.
ahead.
For a failure to signal. Yep, for a failure to signal.
Bland was arrested and charged with assault of a public servant. Her bail was set at $5,000. To leave Waller County Jail, she needed $500, the 10% premium a bondsman would charge to post the rest. Bland had recently moved from her home near Chicago to take a new job at Prairie View A&M University, which was set to start the following Monday. She called a longtime friend from jail on Friday night, reaching only his voicemail. She called again Saturday after bail was set. Her family worked through the weekend to raise the money. By Monday morning, they had not managed it. On July 13th, 3 days after her arrest, jail staff found Bland dead in her cell. She was 28. The wrongful death lawsuit her family filed against Waller County and the Texas Department of Public Safety settled for $1.9 million. The $500 that would have released her was non-refundable under any outcome, innocent, guilty, or charges dropped. Bland's case became national news. Most cases like it do not. Frank Robinson had a steady job with the local transit service in Alameda County, California. On December 23, 2015, he was arrested on a domestic violence warrant. His bail was set at $130,000. His mother paid $1,000 to a bondsman as a down payment and agreed to make monthly payments on the rest. a total premium that would come to $13,000. The prosecutor never filed criminal charges, and Frank was released, but the payments continued anyway. He said, "I have to pay $200 a month to the bail bond agent. I don't understand why I have to pay something when the charge was dropped." The bail amounts assigned to defendants follow a documented racial pattern. A 2017 Princeton study found that black defendants receive bail amounts more than $14,000 higher than white defendants charged with the same offense, and are over 11 percentage points more likely to be assigned monetary bail at all. A higher bail amount means a larger premium to the bondsman, and because black defendants are also more likely to have lower incomes, they are more likely to need a payment plan to cover it, one that runs for months after the case has ended. When someone can't make bail, the clock starts running. They lose shifts, some lose their jobs entirely, they miss rent, they fall behind on childcare. After weeks or months in a county jail cell, a prosecutor offers them a deal: plead guilty and go home today. Most take it. This is how the bail system produces guilty pleas from people who were never convicted of anything. The detention itself becomes the pressure that ends the case. The bail bond industry has spent heavily to make sure this system stays in place. When California passed a law in 2018 that would have eliminated cash bail entirely, the industry put $9.8 million into the campaign to kill it at the ballot. It worked. The law was repealed before it ever took effect. The storefronts near the courthouse stayed open. The geography of the bail bond industry maps closely onto the states where bail reform has been most aggressively resisted. Texas, California, Florida, and Georgia are its core markets. Illinois abolished commercial bail in 1963 and has operated without it for more than 60 years. New Jersey eliminated cash bail for most defendants in 2017. Kentucky reformed its system decades earlier. Where it did get a foothold, it stayed. The bail bond industry makes $2 billion a year. Its storefronts sit near courthouses and county jails in every state that permits it, concentrated in the lowest income neighborhoods because that is where the customers are. The system it operates inside was designed to ensure defendants show up for trial. What it produced instead was a private market that profits from people who can't afford to leave jail, spends heavily to make sure that doesn't change, and operates in only 2 countries in the world. Everywhere else, people looked at it and decided it wasn't justice. But in the United States, the people who profit from it helped write the laws that keep it alive. Thank you for watching till the end. Hope to see you in the next one.